Hi, I'm Brianna, a homeschool mom to 2, mom to 3. My youngest is still a baby, so not quite there yet. And my older 2 are 4 and 7, so kindergarten and first grade. And this is a video on how I taught my 4-year-old how to read. And he was just reading a book tonight at bedtime, and I was feeling so proud. It was just an early reader book, but I mean, he's only 4, and it was so amazing to see his progress and see how he is, reading these real books to us at bedtime. So what I started with was The Good and the Beautiful preschool book. And we have since quit The Good and the Beautiful, and I have videos about that as well. We are more of a secular family, but in the preschool books, I really loved it. And it doesn't, it feels a little bit more secular. It doesn't talk a lot about that other like faith-based stuff, which, I don't know if that matters to you or not, but we really love the preschool book. I definitely recommend it. And it talks mostly about letters, numbers, and colors. And we started it when I think he was only 2. We started it really early because his brother was starting it. And we quickly had to pause and then start it back up when he was about 3.5, maybe closer to 4. And it goes in alphabetical order, and it introduces each letter. So I'll give you kind of an example here. All right, I'll start here. Letter E. So we're introducing the letter E, and we're seeing the uppercase and lowercase, and then we're coloring all the uppercase and lowercase E's. After he did that, he colored all the other letters. But it does a really good job of introducing all the letters, uppercase and lowercase, kind of the sounds that they make. We did a lot of the sound stuff on our own, but it did do a really good job of introducing the letters and what the letters looked like in their uppercase and lowercase versions. So letter I, we're doing all the uppercase and lowercase, and then we're coloring all the I's here. And then down here, we're doing a little bit of review and matching the B to like B, bat, A to apple, and H to heart. So it did a pretty good job. So we started out with this. And then next, I printed this out, and it was just the vowels, just to kind of get us started here. So A, apple, E, elephant, I, itchy. And so we did this, and we did this every day for a couple days, well, maybe a week or 2. And then I found this on Canva, but I tweaked it a lot because some of the pictures I didn't really love. I don't remember quite what they were, but W was something else, V was something else, I was something else, and it didn't really fit. So I kind of made this our own, and I put their pictures in here to make it a little bit more fun. But I had him do this every day for a couple months and say like A, apple, B, ball, and so on until he got all the way to the end. And that, I think, really cemented the letters and the sounds. And then next, we did Elemental Phonics by JDA Learning, which we really love. We did the math books from there and the phonics books, and we really love them. And it starts out with just the alphabet, and then right away we're blending. And so we know our letter B sound, our letter A sound, so B, A, ba, B, E, be. So this really helps with the vowels because the book's kind of laid out with all the letters of the alphabet next to all the vowels. And so we do that for a while. And then by lesson 20, you're doing 3-letter words. So B, at, bat, and so on. And then by, I think, lesson 44, we're starting sentences. And so we we're doing this book along with our book that's my absolute favorite in the whole world that I talk about in every video, Logic of English. And so we were kind of doing that along with this. So by the time we got here, like reading the sentences was a lot easier. But we did really like this book, and I think it helped us a lot. I'll give this the main credit though. Favorite, Logic of English Foundations. And we have since made it all the way through this book, and we are on book B now. But this book, it says it's for ages 4 to 7, and I am using it with a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and they're both flourishing and reading and following along with this perfectly. It is kind of laid out where it will introduce, I don't want to say every lesson it introduces a letter, but almost every lesson it introduces a different letter. So it starts out with A, like A, A. So we're learning all of the different sounds that the letter A makes. So when you see it said differently in a word, it's not confusing. Like, I only thought it said like apple. So it introduces that really nice, and it has us sound words out. I'm trying to find an example. So for example, it'll say like, okay, I'm going to say this word, and then you act it out. Like, so I know you know what I'm saying. J, p. And then they'll start jumping. S, p, I, n. And so we're really sounding the phonetics out. And I think that really helps with spelling too. So if they see the word jump, they can remember like j, p, and they can sound out each letter and write it down. And it does have spelling in this too. I really, really love this book. My kids are absolutely flourishing with this. They're both reading 4 and 7, following along perfectly with this. It has games and workbook stuff. And so I think it's a really fun mix for both. And my kids can be a little reluctant sometimes when we're only doing book work, but they really, really love this book because it does have like game elements to it. And so I can't recommend this book enough. We are now on Foundations B, where we're learning like TH, SH, and how those words fit in with stuff. And I love it. I mean, my 4-year-old right now, he's still 4, he's not yet 5, and he's spelling fish and flash and ship. And it's just so amazing to see him being able to read these things and spell these things too, and comprehend them in a book and read them and know what he's reading. Like, oh yeah, the ship is gone. And just, I don't know, it's so amazing to see as a mom. But yeah, these are the things that I did to help my 4-year-old start reading.